is Adam. This is another Eye on North Carolina blog. We are here in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Cameron Park Inn. This bed and breakfast is a beautiful, luxurious B&B right in the heart of Raleigh. I'm here with the proprietor, Nikki DeAmbrose, and she's going to talk about the history and all the amenities that this wonderful B&B has for guests. So I'm here with Nikki. I guess the first question I have is, how many guests do you have per week, and is it seasonal?
Well, it varies, so I couldn't really say for sure, but we are not seasonal, being that we're a capital city and there's a lot of things always happening here. We have guests almost every single night of the week.
And what's the clientele of the guests? Are they just tourists? Are there dignitaries? I'm sure there's a cross demographic.
Yes, we actually get it all. We get our business travelers, our leisure travelers. We do a lot of business with NC State. In fact, a few of the departments are hiring, so we see a lot of the candidates here. It gives them a good impression of the university and of Raleigh, and we've been working with several departments for almost the entire time we've owned the inn, for about 8 years.
So this does have a rich history.
Yes, it has been many things over the 100 years of its life. It's been a duplex, it's been apartments, and right before it was turned into a B&B in 2000, it was a halfway house. The Reverend and his wife lived on the first floor, and then the residents lived on the second and third floor. The third owners as a B&B. The first owners actually lived in the neighborhood and always loved the house, and when it came up on the market they took advantage of it. They turned it into a B&B and ran it for about 2 years. The second couple about 2 years, and then we're going on our 8th year this fall.
Nice. And I heard a couple years ago you guys had a lightning strike that really damaged the building.
Yes, we did. June 20th, 2011, lightning hit a tree and possibly the house as well, which started a fire. The fire damage itself was contained to the third floor, but the water pretty much damaged the rest of the house, so it was an almost total restoration.
Wow.
We did reconfigure the third floor just to make it a little better for our purposes, for our individual space as well as the guest space. For the most part, though, everything else did stay the same.
Here's Beanie, the resident dog.
So this is the dining room where we feed breakfast to all of our guests every morning. We developed a cookbook a couple years ago. A lot of the recipes that we do routinely are in that book, but I do alter it. It does change every day. We have a lot of guests nowadays with a lot of food allergies and restrictions, so we do have to sort of plan the menu according to those. During the week, because we have so many business travelers, we do need to have a sort of a range. But the breakfast is cooked to order, so we do ask them to tell us what time they'd like it.
Right.
And then on the weekends, we'll do more of a seating, 2 different seatings, one at 8 and one at 9.
The balcony here at the Cameron Park Inn, right in the heart of Raleigh.
So the Cameron Park neighborhood actually was developed in about 1910. It was an old farm, and we were considered the first suburb of Raleigh, which is quite interesting because we're only about 1.5 miles from the capital. But back then it took a horse and carriage an hour to go a mile. So being 1.5 miles, it took about a little more than an hour just to get here. So of course nowadays we're, so close to it that it doesn't feel like a suburb, but we're smack dab in the middle of everything right now. And it's such a really unique neighborhood, being that all the houses are a little bit different and everybody kind of knows everybody, and we try to help each other out, and it's one of those throwback neighborhoods. One of the best locations I've found of a B&B that I've actually ever stayed in, because there's so much to do. You've got so many restaurants in Cameron Village and NC State and Pullen Park. Just so much to do and to see. There's no significance to the house. I tend to have a sort of, I don't know, a weird obsession with cut crystal and cake plates, and so I tend to collect a lot of it.
And it makes it very homey. I'm sure the guests really like that. They come in here, read, relax, and it's definitely a nice, comfortable atmosphere. So we took a tour of the Cameron Park Inn. I'd like to thank Nikki for the tour. This is a very quaint and beautiful B&B right in the heart of Raleigh. And I suggest any of you to come down, check it out, well, to stay here. This is another Eye on North Carolina blog, and we'll see y'all soon.